Hey everyone, this is Bill McCartney with Coldwell Banker. I am back talking today about what I saw in the headlines over this past weekend. As you can see on the screen here, there was an article published in the New York Post last Friday, October 20th, a little after 5 p.m. And it's titled, "Foreclosures Continue to Surge. Are They a Threat to the Housing Market?" And if you were just to read that headline, clearly you're going to think that, oh no, things are going bad, maybe I shouldn't buy a home, let's wait and see, which unfortunately that's what a lot of people do. So I encourage you to actually read the headlines, do some research. As we read down a little bit further, while it says the number of homeowners hit with foreclosure notices in the third quarter of the year jumped 34%, sounds real scary. It does note that's from a year ago. Now remember, there was a foreclosure moratorium for about 2 years during the pandemic where they couldn't foreclose on anybody. So some of this is just a backlog of people that were already facing some of these financial difficulties. But what's important to note here also is that it says it jumped 34% from a year ago to nearly 125,000. Now, when I look at the graph that they're actually referencing this information from, this is from Atom, ATTOM, where they're reporting on the number of foreclosure filings. You'll notice in the third quarter of 2023 that there were about 125,000 foreclosure filings. And you know, that seems like a lot. And to know that there are that many families facing foreclosure, well, clearly that's not a good position to be in, and my heart goes out to them genuinely. However, if you look at this historically and what it means for the real estate market, we saw 125,000 foreclosures in 2005, and of course there was the 2008 to 2010 period of time known as the financial crisis. You might remember that. And that is where we saw over 900,000 families facing foreclosure notices. So if you look at the difference compared to what we went through back then to where we are today, and what the headlines I think are trying to insinuate, imply, or maybe just gather a bit of attention so that you read their article or tune into their newspaper or watch the news on their given stream, it is nowhere near where it was. Now, I will say this, it is really important to note that there are families out there facing foreclosure, and the difference between now versus 2008 and 2010 is the amount of equity that people have in their homes, and that gives them a lot of options. So if you are one of those families that are facing foreclosure, I highly encourage you to reach out to somebody and get some help. Just be very conscious and careful of scams. If you like, you can send me a message. I'm happy to point you in the right direction to somebody that I know is credible who can help you if I can't help you myself. But I can help you anywhere in Arizona and quite frankly anywhere in the world. So if you've got questions, let's talk.